Okay, gents, I'm sure you'll agree that it was a great occasion, and the fight itself through a lot of twists and turns that no one expected, and turned out to be a quality fight in the end. Without sort of rambling on about it, I'm going to open it up to you guys, and would encourage you all to ask questions, because we've got two great fighters here, and they've put on a hell of a fight for Belfast tonight.
Before we get to the lads themselves, just you as the promoter,
Yeah.
happy with the whole thing?
Am I happy?
Yeah.
Yeah, very happy. Very, very happy. It was, this is the second show in Belfast, and it was something we wanted to do. We wanted to come here, promote. Also in the south, we want to go, to the south. We'd love to do the O2 in Dublin, and the Irish belt was very important to us, and that's why it's it's been a hell of a week. It's been twists and turns, and I'm just pleased that belt is in Tyson Fury's hands.
Was that an improved performance from you, Tyson? Was that an improved performance from you, in your opinion?
Well, you've got eyes. What do you think?
Well, yeah.
Well,
What do you think?
You've answered the question. Thought it was all right, yeah. Yeah.
Do you have any regrets about what happened tonight?
Where do you start? There was a lot of regrets, a lot of things that I think was totally unacceptable in the whole run-up. I have nothing in any disrespect whatsoever what happened in the ring between myself and Tyson. I respect him very much, always did. I think a lot of lessons need to be learned on the behaviour of some people from Belfast. They've actually turned young Tyson Fury, as you be a kid coming over and enjoying his boxing, instead of somebody dabbling in and out of an areas to get people to hate him. He's not a person that should be hated. He's a nice kid. He hasn't done anything wrong. He's a young kid with ambition. And I think it's very, very wrong that people challenge their way, and I know this here, not only with what has happened with Tyson Fury and certain people that paraded him all around the place, didn't think anything about the young kid as a fighter. But it's not the first time that I've seen these people, and I'm not holding that, say their names, but they've done it with Harold Eastman when he came here to King's Hall. They also done it with every fight that has came here, Sam Saxon included. And I think that Tyson Fury's a boxer who, when I went to London to fight against Audley Harrison, I didn't have Audley Harrison's best mate parading in and out of every bar in every area that he was from, and I certainly wouldn't, if I had been fighting young Tyson Fury over in Manchester, I wouldn't dream of getting into any of the top restaurants or anywhere else and taking up refuge in them for it, because they very simply would have told you to get the frig out. Simple as that. And so that's the way it is. It would have been nice to be shown the sights of Manchester and everywhere else if that was the case. But what I think, the way young Tyson was handled was totally wrong. It wasn't his fault whatsoever. But I think he should be admired as a fighter, and not the way that things have tailed off that people started to listen for.
Going on from that, Martin, would it be fair to say that maybe your head was, were you possibly distracted tonight?
I wasn't just distracted tonight, my friend. I was distracted from weeks and weeks ago in regards to, I know he has the belt for sure, but realistically, the Irish, we have a British, he was former British and Commonwealth champion. I was former Commonwealth champion myself. I would have fought for the British title. I don't think the British, Robert Smith or anybody else, would have accepted that on the eve of a fight, or even the eve of the fight, that they would switch the fight to, David Price and Sam Saxon were going to fight for it. So how did this look? And all of a sudden, all of the papers, Robert Smith has decided to change the British title fight from a 12-round fight to a 10-round fight, and we're going to have 3 Irish judges from Dublin. Is it a British title fight? No, it's not. the rules were banned. The rules have been forced on me. I didn't feel that I was fighting for an Irish title. It's as simple as that. No disrespect to Tyson Fury. He is just a fighter, so to his hand. But I didn't feel that I was fighting for an Irish title. It wasn't an Irish title. It's an unofficial Irish title. He has it there. As far as I'm concerned, if I had won it, I would have given it back. I wouldn't have accepted it anyway, and I wouldn't have been an Irish champion. That's the way it stays with me. My thoughts are my own. The rules that are brought up are the rules. 10-round fight, referees, a judge. British title fight, 12 rounds, 3 judges. That's the rules. Can't change it when you're on holiday. Yes, okay, you want a 12-rounder? Okay, that's fine. That's dead on. Some work like that. There's a committee and there's a board. You're supposed to talk to people and make all these changes. You can't just change any sport in the world overnight with a phone call. It doesn't happen. I've had every single distraction that there was, even up until last night, told that if I didn't fight, if I didn't have an answer by 8:30, that they were going to fly somebody else in. I didn't do anything wrong. I signed a contract for a 12-round fight. I went out tonight and I fought that 12-round fight. My only problem was the day before, was even getting off the weighing scales, that I was confronted by someone with a piece of paper saying that on the dotted line. I already signed the contract on the 25th of January. I was trying to get forced to sign another contract for the BUI to change it to a 12-round with three British judges. How's that an Irish title? Come on, get real.
Are you saying you don't view Tyson as the genuine Irish heavyweight
No,
champion?
I don't. No, I don't. I respect Tyson as a fighter. I respect what he's done. He didn't make the changes. He didn't force them on. You can't go over to fight for a world title and say, by the way, lads, we're changing 98 rounder. You can't do it, and you can't do it. Simple as that, you can't do it. It's a total unofficial
It's
thing.
been changed from a 10 to a 12 rounder, not a 10
You
to
can't
an
do
8
it.
rounder. Totally different.
You have pulled so many
the
strings
12
in this. You've done everything you possibly
listen,
could
this
to
is-
do this. You know,
Tyson Fury is with me, yeah? And
Yeah.
promotionally, I'll do the right thing by him, and I've done the right thing by him. And if you can't handle
That has
then
nothing
it's
to do.
your
This has
problem.
nothing to do with Tyson Fury. This has got to do with the rules were changed for a title, and it should never have happened. That's a disgrace. It's a disgrace to the belt.
In
You've
fairness,
got
It's a disgrace to the belt.
You've got
I'm
the
not
English title,
talking.
the European
I'm
Union
not talking
title,
about you. I'm
the
not
10
talking
round
about young
fights.
Tyson
When
Fury.
the big name fighters fight on it,
You're full
they
of
get
shit.
moved to 12. No,
You're
you're full of shit.
That kid went out and done a job, and he always
Yeah, he
does.
done a job.
But what you're
Yeah,
doing,
he
what
done
you're
a job
saying
for
is
the Irish
wrong.
title that he wanted.
Yeah,
You tried to
that's not
deprive him of that.
That is, I tried to deprive him.
Of the Irish title, yeah.
The Irish title's a 10 rounder. Go and check your history.
So
If you're
what?
Irish or you're not, you should know.
They can be
You
flexible.
should know.
Just like the ball
You
can be
should. You can't
flexible.
fucking change it overnight. Don't talk shit.
No, you're
Fucking
not
let the.
talking. Well, hang on a
Could
minute.
somebody
Who's
please
talking
go and
shit?
check
I've
the
just done
fucking
it.
rules? The rules are a fucking
Can I
10
just-
rounder.
can I
You should
just
concentrate on the fighting instead of worrying about
That's
the
off
sanctioning
you.
bodies.
And don't be coming fucking back to Belfast.
Can I just say this?
You're
one
fucking-
more
you're
comment
brought
on
by
the
your
nature
immatures.
of the whole situation?
You should ruin that kid through
It was
yourself. You ruined
announced.
him.
It was announced
What are you talking about? He's the champion.
from ringside.
The kid, you've ruined the kid.
How's he
You
ruined?
ruined him with the people you brought in.
He's unbeaten. British
No,
Commonwealth.
not as
champion.
trainers or anything else. You haven't, not them guys. You fucking, you have done so fucking damage to that kid. That kid come over here, a likeable guy, and I've known him from he was 17.
And he's still
and he's
likeable.
always a nice
And
guy.
everyone likes
No,
him.
but what you're
I can't
fucking
say the same
done.
about you though.
What the heck, can you not? How the fuck would you know?
Because I can't.
How can
Because
you
most
know?
people say the same thing to me.
Where? Where's the most people?
Listen, you've caused
Who
more
would you
trouble
know?
this week.
Who would you know?
You've caused more
You
trouble
wouldn't
this
know
week
more.
than
Cause
anybody.
more trouble. I fucking
Yeah.
tell you what. See, you're an old man. It fucking cause any trouble now.
Yeah.
What are you, an old man? You're a fucking mouthpiece.
Oh,
You're a
man,
mouthpiece,
you're
aye.
far off
You're
yourself.
not.
I'm
Listen,
on that fact.
at least I've got the fucking balls to get in the ring and fight.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
sit behind everybody's
Yeah, yeah.
fucking neck causing trouble.
Yeah.
That's what you've done when you came to
Now,
Belfast.
sit behind who called
You sit behind everybody, get everybody.
Yeah.
You make a snowballs and everybody to throw them.
Is that right?
That's right. Oh, that's right.
You're
Oh,
mine.
you're my man. Hey, listen, who it is?
Yeah.
I've no time for this piece of
It's
shit.
bitter and twisted.
Listen, the simple fact is, and I'm going to leave this, because there was a nice kid there, but I respect him as a fighter. He thought I went into this game plan, he done a good job. He beat me fair square, and I love that kid. Okay? I love that. See you, you're a fucking ass. Yeah, but that's maybe so. The simple fact is, oh, well, young Tyson Fury, take the separation there, separate that man there. There was rules broke within that bout. Not that kid's fault. There was rules broke. Where is the people of Ireland going to turn around and say, excuse me, you can't change the fucking rules on a phone call. We need to sit down and have a, yes, should we do this, should we not? So what does it do now? Does it go back to a 10-round fight for next week? Or for the next fight, does it go back to a 10-round fight? Where's the rules? Come on.
Martin,
Yes, Smith.
it was announced from ring, from within the ring, that it was an Irish title fight sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control. Does that presumably mean the BUI can now sanction British title fights?
You tell me.
I'm just trying to point out the
That's
past
just
you're
a-
making.
What did Mel Christie say about all of this? What was his
I
explanation?
think he needs to be
for
asked
that?
all this. I think seriously, all joking aside, boxing is a very, very tough sport. It's hard enough when two men get in the ring and have it out, and there's no hitting in boxing. But you're good
Why
sportsmen, you get in a fight.
did the board agree to put the belt on the line?
Well,
then?
sure, I was trying to get forced into signing a contract as soon as you got off the weighing scales. That was what the trouble was all about the other day. And into the bargain, the person that was making me, trying to get me to sign a contract I never even got to look at, never got my solicitor to look at, trying to get forced on me at a weigh-in, saying that quick, didn't get a chance to look at it. The fact that they were even trying to do that on me, it's...
Martin, in hindsight, do you
Where's it?
regret getting involved in the fight?
Pardon?
Do you regret getting involved?
No,
in
do
the
not.
fight?
No, not at all. Listen, things happen, you shout things off and people do things and blah, blah, blah. It's all part of boxing, it happens all over the world. But I have to take my hand off the Tyson Fury and obviously myself for the way that we have handled it. We did, done our crosswords, we stood face to face, we didn't go down the shenanigans that we've seen in the past. Boxing is a sport, it's supposed to be dealt with in the ring. And unfortunately, outside the ring, obviously I've heard that things kicked off in there. For those people that's kicking them off outside the ring, if you really feel that way, put yourselves on a pair of gloves, go to his boxing club or go to mine and start boxing. Don't be causing out there. Young children, people paying good money to come watch fights, and they come to watch people like yourselves. I thought Tyson Fury was very, very good. I can't take anything away. He came in obviously with a better game plan than me. I came in with a fantastic game plan with Bernard and Oscar. We had a fantastic game plan, and we had the Switzer game plan in the after the first round. I didn't think Tyson Fury was going to come out and back southpaw for I thought maybe it was confused me for maybe 2 minutes or something, but then went in another round and then another round. I started, what's going on here? I started actually flashing my head on Lee Harrison, going back to the Lee Harrison fight. But all respect to his trainers and young Tyson, came in with a different game plan and they executed it very well. And I didn't see the freaking punch.
Regarding the end of the fight, you seemed like you wanted to continue. Were you surprised that you weren't given the chance?
Listen, I can't be the judge of that. He hit me a shot that I could hit 2 shots. The first one did me hit me with a shot that I didn't even see. And the other say it's one you don't see. I didn't see it. And when I did recover, I actually was recovered fully for going into the corner, heading back the corner. But Bernard, listen, that's what you've got cornermen for. I would dare say if Tyson had been wobbled or he had been hurt badly, I would dare say his own cornerman would have done the same thing. This isn't about seeing how long you can stay on your 2 feet or can you. He thought he'd done the right thing, he done the right thing. Have a wait for kids.
It seems surprising to us with so few seconds.
I'll answer that question for you. You got 2 fighters here, yeah? Gloves on, gonna smash each other's face in, yeah? Like he said, we're not in there to get brain damage. This is a job. We've got families to provide for. We've got wives to look after and go home and take to the pictures and stuff. We don't need brain damage on our face smashing in, yeah? So was he in a competition to carry on, however you say it? I think Martin Rogan would have carried on. I would carry on until we're dead, because that's what we do, we're fighting men. But that's what the referees are there for.
Turn your phone off.
Tell him if he wants a press conference, tell him he should be here if he's a real press conference, like everybody else.
Yes, I think that that's what we're here to do. We're fighters, we'll fight to the death, yeah? Martin Rogan and I, yeah? But the only thing is, the cornermen are there, the referee's there to do their jobs. They're not here to get us knocked about and lumps knocked off us for nothing, you know. It was one of them things, alright, there was 8 seconds left, but the fella there, he took some big punches, you know what I mean? I'm 6'9" and 18 stone solid. What do you expect him to do? Come out and, I don't know, with a hammer or something?
Was he surprised? Like, I mean, I'm
Yeah,
sure
but
you're in that
if it's
position.
No, I wasn't
What do you
surprised. No, to be honest, I just thought that, but he just said, yeah, I'm a fighter. I'm going to come back. I'm obviously going to come back out. Listen, you have to trust your cornermen. No matter if they've made a wrong decision, then they made a wrong one. If I make a wrong decision, then I make one. I don't think I stick by my team. If he thought that it was going to cause further injury or it wouldn't have recovered in time, then so be it. Then he's done the right thing. I'm with my team. If they choose to do it, then I'm back him 100%. I won't go against my team.
Is that it now, or are you going to fight again, or?
think that's a premature question after fighting there. I enjoy boxing. It's been so good. Boxing's been very good to me, and I've been very good to boxing, especially only taken up from I was 29. I've achieved a lot in boxing, and you know, the amount of people that I've met through boxing and the places that I've been with boxing is great. The support that I've had, the people that love me and follow me, and it's been great. And you know, it doesn't last forever. I love boxing. It's nothing to do with me age or anything, because I'm quite fit and I'm quite good at what I do. Just keep myself right. I'll not make any harsh decisions. I've got a beautiful wife, and I've got lovely kids there that I love very much, and I want to spend a wee bit of time with them. I've been away training for 5 weeks. And
still 6 years younger than George Foreman.
But you know, crackers, he came back and won world title, didn't he? But that to me, I've been in. You know, there's not many people can say they fought the world number 6. I did, and I was boxing successfully very well until you fucking hit me with that shit.
Martin,
Well,
how
you
far
got
do you think that man can go?
I think he totally surprised me, and I really did. I have to give him all the respect he deserves, and give him all that he does deserve, because he's a nice guy in the park, and I've always said that. I told a couple of travellers last in Butcher the other day, I got photographs of him, and they were, well, what do you reckon of me? He's a nice kid, and all, so we know him, we do your remit. So they know that the simple thing is, he proved tonight that he can change from one boxer to another, and to me that's something quite good, that you can stick to that game plan. And to be fair, Bernard, we've done everything to perfection, done everything right. We're professionals in what we do. There only can be one winner, one loser, and unfortunately it had to be me. But what Tyson Fury done there, coming out southpaw, and I'll quickly say this: we had it that we were going to push him to his left hand side, and when he went southpaw and started going to his left hand, hold on, man, what's going on here? I don't think he can go this way. So, in the process of trying to play a game in my own head, of trying to work out what he was doing with his feet, and then what he was doing with his hands, by that stage he was getting to round 4, I was going, fuck, he's really got me confused here. So, the best of luck, and he's a true champion, and that's just the way it is, and I wish him all the best, and if he keeps training, and hopefully knuckles down a wee bit harder. He proved tonight, but I enjoyed the night, obviously, not waving to the crowd or anything yet. He's shown a bit more maturity, and I think he needs to stick with the team he's got now, and hopefully they take him somewhere special, which I think will be a world title. I think a lot of people out there in the world have a lot of fear whenever he steps in. He's a lot to learn too, and whoever says he can't punch or Irish, my face can tell you different. No, he can't even punch with both hands. Even the trainers here, they knew from round 1 that I actually was very surprised. But I could take him to the hip. The ones to the head was okay. It was alright. It was just that one to the body. I just didn't see it. And unfortunately, that's boxing. He actually caught me right in the front rib. That's what they call it. I was alright for, I think, the 10th of a second. And then I was just on the attack. But that's the way it goes, you know. That's boxing. And I love it. And that's the whole point of it, isn't it?
Is that as hard as you've been hit?
It wasn't so much. Well, I've been hit pretty hard in a lot of fights. It's hard to judge who was hitting. Whenever you've came away from a year of fighting somebody else, it's hard to judge who was the hardest, because you try to forget the one that punched you that hard a year ago. So Matt Skelton punched hard, but I don't think he punched as hard as that. I think the only person that, to be honest, and this is a God's honest truth, I think Audley Harrison probably would have been the one that punched as hard as Tyson Fury. I think he actually punches harder, to be honest now. Every punch, the jab and all was pretty stiff. It was rock hard every shot. I think the trainers and all these knew out there from the start. Every shot was a good shot, you know. And I hung in there and hung in there. And I would have, had I kept hitting in the head, I would have hung in a lot longer. And I was getting to him, but that's boxing, you know. He trained well. He went out to a plan. He stuck to his plan. He executed it very well. And best of luck to him.
Why did you go southpaw, Tyson? Why did you go southpaw?
I've always been able to change, you know, all my life. I can hit as hard with the left as I can with the right, so being a southpaw or orthodox doesn't mean anything. And, you know, I've been getting caught a lot in the past, through being left-handed and leaning in with a jab, you know, and dropping it after the fight, after the jab had been fired, dropping it down, and getting caught over the top with overhand rights and lefts, yeah? So I thought to myself, for a change, I'm going to go around southpaw and keep my right hand up, and I can't get it with the overhand right because I'm going away from his right. I knew Martin Rogan's got a big right up, yeah? I knew if I was that way, it'd have got me off with the face there. So I switched that way, and I was going round to the right-hand side, and makes you off balance, and the jab's in your face, and you've got to adjust your feet before you can get your shot off. So
Was it hard to keep the concentration on it?
no, I feel really relaxed as a southpaw, you know. I've done a lot of my sparring as a southpaw. I've done a good bit of sparring as orthodox, so I feel comfortable as a southpaw or as... Well, you can never say never, but I don't know really. It's one of them things, you can't do the same game plan for every fighter. Every fight is unique, and we do different things for different fighters. I'm not a one-track pony. I can do different things at different times, so I'll adjust to the fighter I'm in with. I'll do what... If I need to go forward and put pressure on, I'll do that. If I need to box, I'll do that. Whatever.
Did you feel you hit Martin with your best shot?
Yeah, I hit him with some solid shots, you know.
You should be asking me.
Well, I
It's
think
one
you
of them
answered
like he says, it's the ones you don't see coming, you know, and I wasn't loading up in my shots, I was just letting them go flow. And in the past I've been like, and when you're trying to do damage to somebody, you never seem to be able to do it. And tonight I was boxing nice and flow, and I just let them go, you know. But I did dip my knees for that right up and hit the body, but it's one of them things. At 6'9" and 18 stone, 17.5 stone, if you can't punch, you're in trouble. The sheer size of a man at 7 foot nearly is a big thing, isn't it? So,
What do you want your next move to be?
well, I'm just going to keep busy, you know. I've got a lot of things to go back and work on. And just keeping in the gym, keeping active. I'm a drifter. I'm one of them people who can go home and be distracted to do a million things. And
You don't even look like.
in the past, I've gone home and I've done a lot of different things, you know. I'll be doing boxing, I'll be going car dealing, I'll be messing around. I'm one of them, a jack of all trades, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm focusing on boxing now, 100%.
So when would you like, when you going to box again? Is there any plan yet?
We're looking to fight regular. I'm trying to keep busy, you know. Trying to keep busy.
what do you see as the
European title?
We've been looking at June 30th. June 30th, yeah.
An Irish title defence or
Sorry?
an Irish title defence or
It depends on the opponent, really. I mean, obviously, you know, we've got to get the right opponent. We've got to get the right, you know, the right fights on route to a world title.
Well, I like to say I'd like to defend this title in my next fight against whoever it may be.
You had to search a few graveyards.
Well,
what does it mean to you, Tyson?
it means a lot to me, you know. I've been it's been a lot of years people have been saying I'm not from Ireland and I'm not Irish. Although I've got a Manchester accent, you know, all my family's from Ireland, and you know, when you're growing up and you listen to the music and you've been told you're this and that, when people discredit you and say you're not something what you are, then it is hurtful, you know. And I should have went to Olympic Games 2008. Never got the chance. I kept getting letters. I've been wanting to explain this for a while. It wasn't me just coming over here saying, oh, I'm Irish, send me to the Olympic Games. That wasn't the case. I was getting letters to come and box for Ireland, yeah, while I was at home. I finished with boxing because I had bad things going on in boxing and all that, so I was walking away from boxing at one stage. And I kept getting letters from the Irish Boxing Board, the amateur association, saying, come over and we'll send you to a qualifier. So I went over and I boxed in America in 2007 for Ireland, and I knocked out Maurice Bayard. And I went to Poland and I knocked out the Polish champion. So I'd already boxed twice for Ireland as a country, yeah. So when it come to going to a domestic tournament like the ABAs, the all Islands, I got a bye straight to the semi-finals because there was nobody there. And I was going to fight some Russian kid called Rudenko or something like that. But then they said to me, he's Irish and I'm not. My name's Fury, his name was Rudenko. So it was one of them things. And it was a lot of politics going on, a lot of involvement from different countries and whatever, you know, and a lot of things was going on and rules were being bent, just like Martin was saying before. And I never got to go, and I was bitter about that, you know. It hurt me dad, upset me dad and my family and all that, so it's one of them things.
That sort of puts that all to bed now, or?
Well, I've come back. Do you know what it is? What am I to gain from saying I'm something I'm not? If I was Chinese, and what would I go and say I'm Spanish or something? I ain't crediting anything from saying I'm Irish, you know what I mean? It's one of those things. If you are what you are, you can't escape it. A leopard can't change its spots. You are what you are. I ain't from China. I ain't from Australia. I'm born in Manchester, but I'm Irish heritage. And whether you want to believe me or not, it's been proven 100 times. So I'd just like to clarify that and clear it all up. And it is something I'm very honoured in doing. I'm boxing for the Irish title. Like I said, this to me was the Irish Heavyweight Championship of the world. This belt to me, may as well be the WBC, IBF, WBO all in one. And I trained for this belt like it was the unification fight of the world. Because this means more to me than any world title ever. Because it's more of a personal thing than an achievement in boxing.
The O2 before, Mick, you said it's a personal ambition to promote a fight at the O2. Do you see any possibility of doing something down there in the next year?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's one of the best venues worldwide for me. Obviously, it's got to be the right fight. And, you know, there's a recession everywhere at the moment, so it's got to be the right timing as well. So it's definitely, we've got our eyes on the O2. So it's an arena that we're keeping an eye on dates. And you know, the hard part is not just finding the venue dates, it's whether it marries up with TV dates, and that's really hard. I said earlier we would have probably been in Belfast a lot more if it weren't for the fact that it is hard to tie the TV dates in with the actual venue dates.
Mick, what names are out there that you would like to have on the radar for Tyson?
Well, he needs the right nurturing fights to make him world champion. So I think we need to look at some Americans and get him the right experience so that when he does fight for the world title fight, he wipes the floor with the champions. He doesn't just turn up. So it's getting the right fights. Every fight will be different to make Tyson Fury a complete fighter.
Tyson, with the belt, you say you're quite proud about winning it. Is this a bigger moment for you than when you beat Chisora?
I'd say it's a lot bigger than when I beat Chisora, yeah. Because this was a point to prove, you know what I mean? It was one of them things where it was... Chisora was mandatory for the British title, yeah. So I went there, and you know, it's a good thing to win British. It's a good. Do you know I made history tonight? I'm the first person in history to win the British, the English, the Commonwealth, and the Irish all within the same kind of time. There's never ever been anybody do it before. So it meant a lot to me to win it.
It's kind of the Irish people to get behind you now, Tyson, all the way to World Cup.
You know what it is? I'm here, I'm willing. I ain't gaining anything from saying I'm Irish, you know what I mean? It's one of them things, it's just what you are, and I ain't ashamed to show it, or be it, or whatever it is. So here I am representing it. If people want to get behind me, I'm willing. If not, then what can I do? I can't force people to want to see me, but it's one of them things. I'm here, I'm the Irish heavyweight champion, and I think people should be proud to have a new Irish heavyweight champion with world-class ability to go and win a world title.
Did you learn anything out of that bout tonight? Did you learn anything from that fight tonight? Just anything new? Or?
Yeah, I'm learning all the time, you know. I come out tonight as a southpaw and I learned to myself that I can box relaxed. And when people's coming at me, pressuring me, because coming forward with some big heavy punches, you know. And I didn't want to switch back and start doing anything. Just kept me cool and started boxing from the southpaw position. And you know, you learn things from every fight. You learn a lot from every fight, and it's one of them things where the more fights you have, the better you get.
How many fights before you think you'll be taking on Klitschko, Vladimir?
Well, to be honest with you, I'm ready to fight anybody in the world right now. Yeah. If Mick said, right, we've got Vitaly Klitschko in the morning, I say, okay, no problem. And again, if he said we've got anybody else, I say, all right, no problem. It ain't up to me. For me to go and say, right, I want him and I want him and I want him, just might not happen. Things can't be done like that. It's the business side of things as well. It's not just coming down to the boxing. The boxing is one thing, but the other side of things is different. You know, Mick's got to get the opponents, like deals have got to be done, and just all different things. So it's quite it's a long process. You know, we can't just say we want to fight him, we want to fight him. It's got to be built up, and things have got to be took along slowly.
He's mentioned you, though, hasn't he? Vladimir's mentioned you, hasn't he?
Yeah, you know, both of the brothers have mentioned me. I'm going up in the world rankings every time I fight. I think the most important thing is to not worry about other people, but just worry about what I'm doing. And when the fight happens, it happens. And I ain't, you know what it is, there's nobody out there to fight, and I'm the Irish heavyweight champion now, and that must stand for a lot of things. And who's bigger?
Have you set a time frame for going for a world title?
You know, 23 years old. I'm the youngest heavyweight prospect in the world. All the rest of them's in the 30s, well in the 30s, the late 20s. You know, people are going on about these football players from America, Deontay Wilder and Seth Mitchell. But if you look at the records, who have they fought? I've been fighting tough opponents since my second fight. My second pro fight, the fella had 21 wins, 2 losses and 20 knockouts. I've been brought along very good, you know. I haven't had easy knockovers. I've had decent opponents all the way through. And when I get there to be a world champion, I'll hold it. I won't be one-hit wonder or just to fight for a world title. I don't want to go and fight for a world title because today, any Tom, Dick and Harry can go and fight for the heavyweight championship of the world. I could have fought for it 5 times already, but no. I don't want to just go there and make up some numbers. I want to go there and smash one of these brothers, you know. And I don't want it to be like, oh, Tyson's going there and, you know, he's got a puncher's chance or he's got youth on his side or something. I want people to say he's going to go there and snatch them titles off him and do a job on them. And until I'm ready to do that, I'm not rushing things, you know. Rome wasn't built in a day, and good things come to those who wait.
Andy Lee has sparred with the Klitschko's. Have you sparred with Andy?
Sparred with Andy, yeah. Me and Andy was out at the Klitschko camp in Austria last year, October last year. And I've seen Andy spar with the Klitschko's. I've done a move around with Andy myself. He's fighting for the world title soon, so
what do you reckon?
Fingers crossed. I think he'll do a good job on him, to be honest. I think Andy Lee beats Chavez Jr. and can't wait to get over there and support him.
Provided he boxes, doesn't fight.
What's that?
Provided he boxes and doesn't
Well,
fight.
Andy Lee needs to do what I did tonight. Go out there and box tall southpaw, snappy punches, and I think he'll come away with a victory.
Are you going to get any insight into Vladimir from Andy?
I spoke to Andy about it. Andy said I'm a lot more awkward than Vladimir and a lot more quicker than Vladimir when you're in front of him. And you know, I was there, I was watching Vladimir, and he is a man, and he will get hurt when you hit him. They're not superhumans, and I know how to beat Vladimir. This might sound funny, but I've already got one over on him in the mental side of things. We had a sauna competition, and there was about 10 people in the sauna, you know, and things like this, you don't think it happens, but I mentally broke him down already. I was prepared to pass out in this sauna, yeah, before I was getting out. We were supposed to stay in it for like 10 minutes, and
we thought you were talking about physical attributes.
we got to 10 minutes, and everyone was getting out, and it was time to leave, and he goes, no, we want to do 15 to 20 minutes. So I think, fucking hell. So anyway, I'm laying down, and it gets to 15 minutes, I'm looking at him, he's looking at me. I thought, oh, sack it, I ain't going now. I was counting to 10 in my head, 6 times to get to a minute, and they felt like half an hour every time I was doing it. So I thought, right, where's that oil? I started getting the oil, and I was looking at it, I was rubbing it all over me, and I was just I was prepared to pass out in the sauna, and you know what, he got out, and he walked upstairs in a huff, and he didn't speak to anyone on the way, he just barged out like he was upset. So there we have it, I've got one over on him already.
And yet you barely broke a sweat tonight. Were you surprised?
I'm sweating in this room, but I like it. You know what it is? I was more relaxed and in better shape than I've ever been in. The conditioning tonight was superb. I could have boxed 115 rounds. It was one of them things that the more the fight was going, I was getting stronger and fitter, you know. I wasn't tired. My uncle said to me, how do you feel after a couple of rounds? I said, brilliant. I said, I don't feel anything is a problem. I can box like this all night. Wasn't rushing, wasn't putting tense things into the punch, just letting the punches flow. Just whatever happened, happened. It was one of them things where conditioning is the best thing of all. In the past, I haven't prepared right for fights. I know you shouldn't go into a ring without preparing, but it's one of them things. You get in anyway. And this is probably the first time, second time actually, we trained well for the Chisora fight. But this time is probably the first time I've ever done things properly. I've had the right nutrition, I've had the right weights program, I've done the right training, I've stuck to my diet religiously, and I've reaped the rewards in the end.
I'm intrigued with one thing. What prompted you to go southpaw for tonight's fight as distinct from any of the others? You know, was it something you spotted in Martin himself or what?
No, we just sat down together and we come up with a plan. Because if you look at me previous fights, I've always been switching and hitting with the left and hitting with the right. In the Chisora fight, I was going to left-handed and banging with a straight left down the middle. And it's an effective thing, you know. If you're so tall and you're a basic southpaw, Nobody can deal with that. Nobody can deal with a left-hander because he's very far and few between. So a good southpaw is very hard to beat. And we knew he didn't have any southpaw sparring. And how do you get someone who's 7 foot from southpaw sparring? You're not going to get it. So it was one of them things. We knew Martin Rogan was expecting a war because in the previous 2 fights I went out there and had a toe-to-toe action. But it just shows you I can adapt and do different things. I don't need to go out there and slug it out with people toe-to-toe. I can go out there and box, I can switch it, I can dance, I can fight, I can box inside, I can swing looping shots, uppercut, screw shot. I've got every punch in the book. And you know what it is, I just got to keep polishing them up and nobody's going to stop me.
You'd have to say as well that, you know, the condition that Martin Rogan was in was phenomenal. He was in incredible shape. And to be honest, for me, Tyson didn't get out of second gear. To do what he'd done, you know, he was, as he said, he could have done 20 rounds. So I think as the fight went on, Tyson would have been getting stronger and stronger, Martin would have been getting weaker and weaker, and he would have opened up even more. And, you know, it's, there's real special performance in it. And like you said, mentally and physically, what they've done together, him and Peter, is phenomenal. You just had to look at the weight he came in at was his lightest weight, but yet he looked bigger than he's ever looked, bigger and stronger than he's ever looked. Yeah, so it's, you know,
I'd just like to say though, sorry Mick, that for the first few rounds, everything was just jab, move, let Martin Rogan throw as many shots as he can. He's a heavy hitter, he's not underestimated like he thought he was. And we just said to Tyson, keep on your jab, take the shots, and just relax, let him play himself out, and take him out the shallow end into the deep end. And Tyson was still catching him. I said, look, don't step on him, keep off him. Take him another round, take him another round. I said, now step it up. As soon as he went to step it up in round 5, he was out of there. So that was a game plan. It was totally controlled in there. And that's what we've been working on. So to say, as soon as it was stepped up, Rogan couldn't live with it. But that's no disrespect to Rogan. If you're looking at a domestic fighter against a world-class fighter, he's got a lot of tools in the box. He's just never had them sharpened before. Now he has got a right team behind him, and he can go all the way.
Tyson, there's obviously been a lot of attention about your training before. Do you feel that this is the man that's going to take you to a world title?
Definitely, definitely. I feel I've got a great team behind me. You know, I've got some good fighters. I've got my uncle here. He's a knowledge box. He knows everything about everything. He's a nutritionist, a strength and conditioner, a boxing trainer. He's just all in one package. And I've got Clifton Mitchell there, great heavyweight himself. I've got Paul Silky Jones in the corner as well, former WBO champion of the world. So I've got some great boxing experience in the corner, you know. And one of them things, we've got a great team. I'm going to go stick with this team now and keep working hard, and we will get there.
But he came in the gym 3 months ago at 23.5 stone, head all over the place, not sure where he wanted to be. We got him down with a rubber suit, and what he's gone through, yeah, in training, not in no saunas, on no diet supplements, yeah, sheer hard training. What I've put him through, I thought, yeah, you're a world-class fighter to take that stick. And it's only in the last 7 weeks we've been on building him up and getting him in some kind of condition. So the condition he's in now, only over the past 7 weeks to stabilise his weight. So now he's down to his weight, and he keeps at that weight, which he will. He's been educated on what to eat. Where in the past, he's at a bag in a shed, done his own thing, being the boss, and just throwing punches as he feels like. But to get to 17-0, win the British and Commonwealth title, in the back of a shed, doing his own thing, eating bags of crisps, pies, biscuits, whatever he wants, going in a sauna a week before. Yeah. Going in a sauna a week before and dieting right down. But you could see all around his top half, his neck, he suffered. And he still had one around his midriff, because it was all wrong. But to get to that level, now he's been trained properly, look at the difference. He is a talent.
Mick, just to sum the night up, are you happy with the bill overall, ticket sales, atmosphere and so on?
Definitely, yeah. It's you know, it was a hard sell from the point of view. For a long period of time, there was no title on the line. So, you know, when you've got a 12-round international fight to sell, it's not the easiest thing to do. It was a great fight from the point of view that there was, this fight was nearly on, it was off, it was nearly on, it was off, there was a bit of controversy around it. From that point of view, you know, there was a decent build-up. But, you know, we are in a heavy recession everywhere, and for you know, for the crowd to come out tonight the way they did was fantastic.
Do you have a figure on the crowd?
I would say probably about 6. So, you know, in these times, that is fantastic. That is really fantastic.
Mick, you mentioned there could be a heavyweight opponent in the next fight, or the one after that. If that is the case, would you consider coming back to Belfast? Where would be your preferred location?
Well, we certainly, one of the things we want to do, as he's a world-class athlete, and we want to showcase him everywhere, so we definitely want to move him around and do it internationally as well. So, but we would love to come back on a regular basis. I think, you know, we've talked about that for a long time, and we've both wanted it. So, if the TV dates marry up with the venue,